Hey YouTube, so I'm gonna just do a little update thing because I just had the best weekend of my entire life and I thought I'd share the beautifulness that is Ed Sheeran and the new beautifulness, which is passenger real name Mike, with you guys because they truly deserve to be recognized. So for anyone who doesn't know who Ed Sheeran is, they should really go check him out. He's kind of like an acoustic folk, you can't really label him. He's a bunch of different things. He raps. It's really acoustic based because he always has his guitar, and he uses this cool thing called the loop pedal, which is like you sing into it and it repeats it back. So he doesn't need a background. He doesn't need a band. It's all a solo act, and that's really awesome. So, anyways, I got tickets. I bought them right away, which might I add to people who like Ed Sheeran. The tickets I bought right away were like $20 when I first bought them. And then I heard people that like a week before the concert, they were trying to get tickets because they waited last minute. And basically they were like hiked up to $120. So two tips I have for you guys is one, buy your tickets early. And two, if you like can afford it, because they were only $20 for me. If you can afford it, buy a few of them because there was a lot of people trying to get like tickets outside for really cheap. You can make a profit off of that stuff. Like I'm sure someone would buy whatever you spend $20 on for like 60, because that's much better than 120. So you can make a profit. So if anyone is like has the cash and wants to make a little bet, I'd like actually, since I know about it now, I might do it next time. Buy a few tickets and then scout them afterwards. It's really awesome. But sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm really excited and I'm tired and I have homework and stuff. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I live in Delray Beach, which is kind of like the Miami Boca Raton area. So it's 4 hours away from where Orlando is. And so that's a 4-hour drive. And I knew that people were going to be there from like 8 in the morning because even though Ed Sheeran isn't well known, his fans are nuts. So the fans that he does have are crazy, especially since a lot of them are One Direction fans, which I'm not. Sorry. So anyone who knows One Direction fans knows that they're crazy. And since Ed is friends with one of the guys from the band, they've kind of like segued over to Ed, being a fan of Ed. So his fans are a lot of One Direction's fans. So you can imagine like the freaking nuts, crazy fucking shit that went on. Fuck is my word that I use when I don't know what to say. But yeah, so basically, we left around, I pulled an all-nighter because I was too excited. I have insomnia already from like all the thoughts that go through my head at night. So you can imagine like pre-concert jitters were kind of like major thoughts going on inside my brain. So I pulled an all-nighter, woke everyone up at 8:30, left. And let me tell you, a bunch of things were going wrong. I thought the concert was going to suck because I kind of believe in bad omens, and the world was just telling me, hey, this is not going to work out. We lost our keys, lost our sun pass, stopped at a gas station. I locked the keys in the car while running, so we had to spend an hour trying to have all these people help us get the window down. Finally got down. Then on our way there, a semi-truck's tire exploded, and shards of it started hitting our window. I'm alive, so obviously no death was a result of that. And then we get to the hotel, and we literally left seconds later. We got there around 3-ish, and there was already a pretty big line. But let me tell you, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock is the perfect time to get to an Ed Sheeran concert. You're not gonna be so far back, because like there's people that get there at 6 in the morning or 12 o'clock. I didn't feel like waiting 6 hours. I could do 3 at the most, but get there at least before 3 or before, because after like around 3:30, mobs started coming and the freaking lines wrapped around the entire building. It was ridiculous. You can go on and you can look at people that got there after 3 and they will tell you that they probably had some shit seats. I wasn't in the pit, which is like the floor area. I was kind of up on these stairs, which was actually kind of awesome because we got to look over everybody. I imagine that the people that were on the floor and weren't really close, that were kind of in the back, had to stare over a bunch of heads. And like, even though we were on the stairs, we were like to the side, so we could see him perfectly. He was like so close to us. Yeah, so we got there, and we heard that this guy, Passenger, was going to play. That's the name he gave himself, I think. His real name is Mike. And he must be Australian or British or Irish or something. I'm pretty sure he's a Brit too, since he knows Ed. But we heard he was going to play first, so that was another 2 hours of standing. Everything was standing, so that basically means we were going to spend 6 hours of standing, and the room was so crowded. Whoever books Ed's shows clearly underestimates the amount of fans because it was so packed. There was like 3,000 people in the House of Blues, and if you look up the House of Blues or you've ever been to the one in Orlando, you know that it's not that huge. So literally my arms were like this the entire time. Like if I was moving, it was like this, if anything, because there was no room to move. I was kind of bummed out that I had to sit there, stand for another 2 extra hours. My feet were already killing me. Wear sensible shoes. Wear tennis shoes. I saw chicks in heels. Do not wear heels. Um, but then the passenger came on and he blew me away. The guy is amazing. Beautiful voice, beautiful person. He stopped a lot of the time to talk and he got kind of flustered. He said that he usually plays to like 12 people and this is so surprising for him. He's unsigned. It kind of makes me mad because there's so many musicians like Nicki Minaj and all these different people that just are doing things that truthfully any of us could do. And then there's people like Passenger who are unsigned, beautiful musicians to play their hearts and their souls out, and they don't have anyone to sign them. And he was great. He stopped and he's like, wow, I'm going to almost cry because this is so amazing. And he had people sing along and interact with him, which was fantastic because he taught us like a course and we would sing it back to him. It's to the song Holes, which you guys should check out because it's amazing. And he stopped and he's like, oh, that just sounds so beautiful in your American accent. So it was really cute. There was a bunch of girls yelling out a bunch of derogatory things like have sex with me or you're really sexy. And at one point he stopped and he almost forgot his words because someone made him a little, and we had, I don't know, I know tons of fans say this, but he literally stared straight at me. The spotlight kind of got on me because it was like shining my way and I was literally on the side. And he stared at me for 2 minutes and he is a gorgeous, gorgeous man. So I did not mind. I stared back wholeheartedly. So if he stares at you, you stare back, girl. Okay. Or boy, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, so he was great. He was well worth the 2 hours of standing. If you hear him come on and you're going to the concert, cheer for him, cheer your heart out. I love when I hear new musicians, especially since I don't listen to radio. I only listen to my iPod, and it really needs an update. So awesome, new obsession, fantastic. Then Ed came on. People threw their bras and panties on stage. People would not shut up. Please, America, let me tell you one thing. In a lot of other countries, when they listen to music, they do this amazing thing, and it's called they shut up, and they're quiet. It's beautiful. You listen to like people play in Britain and Australia, and you hear something. And you hear the musician's voice. The people in Florida since there are a lot of teenage girls and One Direction fans, which no hate on you guys, they would not shut up. I couldn't even hear him half the times. But like for a few of his soft songs, he basically was like, can you not sing for this one and let me sing? He said it nicely, more nicer than I would have, but so you did get to hear him a few times. He had a beautiful voice. He freestyled. He did raps at the end of all his songs, the kind you only hear in like the EP or the studio versions and everything. And You Need Me and I Don't Need You was kick-ass. It was like a club. It was jamming so hard. The bouncers were even like getting into it. They didn't even know who he was, and they were just doing their little thing, Another crazy thing was the fact that 7 people passed out from heat. That's how hot and crowded it was. 7 people literally fell back, passed out, and had to have bouncers or whatever you call the security guards come in and carry them off. It's kind of sad. At one point, one of the chicks passed out, and they interrupted Ed, and they're like, hey, someone passed out. He's like, oh, that sucks. And then he's like, so anyways, it's kind of funny. It was in a cute way. Yeah, hopefully he didn't keep that bra that was thrown on stage. Kind of creepy. Chicks, don't throw your bras at him. It's funny, but it's also kind of gross. I mean, American much. But Ed was amazing. The venue was so crowded that I didn't even bother to go upstairs and get merch and have a passenger sign my stuff because literally I sat in the line for about 20 minutes and I didn't even move. People were cutting and it was crazy. I guess one of the guys from One Direction, Liam, I don't listen to One Direction, but Liam was there with his girlfriend on the like VIP section, and people were freaking out about him. And Ed's godparents were there, who he wrote. Oh God, it's slipping from my mind. You know what song he wrote. God, I'll put it in the link or whatever. But yeah, one of the songs he wrote for his godparents' wedding, and he told us a story about that and his festival, and a lot of good stories. He did a duet with Passenger, which was kick-ass. Really listen to that, record it. I guess my tips would be, or my advice or whatever, was it was awesome, and don't scream, let Ed sing. Don't interrupt him. When he says shh, shh, stop yelling out shit about how you want to have sex with him. It's creepy. Keep your bras on yourself. Bring water. Wear sensible shoes. And get there early or else you will regret it. But my concert was awesome. Anybody else who went and wants to comment, go ahead. It was the best night. Anyone who was there knows exactly what I'm talking about. And if you guys have pictures or videos, please send it to me because my phone died and I didn't get anything sad face. But yep, so check out Passenger, check out Ed Sheeran, check out Orlando House of Blues September 8th, and see what you like. Bye, guys.